The following is a presentation of UFF Sports and the Ultimate Fantasy Sports Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the American Football Legends League Game of the Week. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. We got a great one for you here today, folks. The Elite heading in to face Valhalla in a Walter Camp Division battle as we wind down this regular season, Week 14. Dan, it's been a minute, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? I heard you got COVID in Las Vegas.
I did. You know what? It was so crowded, Dan. I was walking around. I'm like, this is here. It's all here. It's all here. But you know what? Last July, we were in for our AFLL Vegas event. Didn't get it. Multiple people did, and this time I was like the only guy who got it. So you know what?
This time.
Yeah, you know what? It turned out to just feel like a mild head cold, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But you know, there we go. Doesn't matter. But we're off and rolling, man. So we're week 14. Regular season ends after week 16
Wow.
already, if you can believe it. And tonight, Elite versus Valhalla. So this matchup, how about this, Dan? John Elway for Elite versus Michael Vick for Valhalla. Eric Dickerson versus Jim Brown. This is a pretty sweet matchup.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Jim Brown's going to pan out today after we've gotten the offensive lines tweaked a little bit, and see if Jim Brown can maybe get the Valhalla past the finish line on this battle.
Yeah. Well, the teams Valhalla 3-10, Elite 4-9, and they're two teams that have progressed. And just when you think they're going to get over the hump, they hit a road stop, but they're right there. And this, as you said, this will be very interesting to see how they progress. So here we go.
Exactly how that feels.
Right.
Yeah.
Elite in the double white and blue trim. And look at Novacek. Novacek by the 50, 40. Makes a man miss. Makes two men miss. And tackled at the 19. Jay Novacek just plowed his way through after a big completion from Elway.
That's, once again, tight ends seem to be dominating this league. And
You're right.
First pass off to Novacek, and there he goes. That's been a little pickup for Elite.
Clean pocket for Elway, and he completes it right over the middle, and it is brought in there by, I believe that was Eddie George. And you look at the Valhalla defense, Keith Millard, Chris Long, Dexter Manley, Manny Fernandez, Bill Romanowski, London Fletcher, Keith Bullock, the front seven.
Now, for some reason, I've got a delay on my game here, so let me try to fix that.
Yeah, no problem. We got Elway and the running backs out of the eye, Terrell Davis, and he smashes his way through to the 6, a gain of 6, as they are in the red zone and just 4 yards out from Pater. Elite and Valhalla. You look at their offensive line: Bob St. Clair, Joe DeLamalure, Mick Tingelhoff, Gene Hickerson, Clyde Turner. Elway out of the shotgun, Dickerson on the left hip, Davis on the right. Hand off to Dickerson, and touchdown, Elite! Eric Dickerson with the major little Texas two-step shuffle, and he scores for Elite. Matt Stover for the PAT.
So who do we have leading the league right now in rushing? Is Dickerson still up at the top here?
He is actually. Dickerson is 5th in rushing yards, tied for 3rd in rushing touchdowns. Jim Brown is the leader in rushing yards heading into this week.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's had a good little.
We're going around that Valhalla was trying to shop him earlier in the year, but
Okay.
we'll see if he's on his protected list at the end of this season.
Have to wait to the offseason to the trade window opens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what, folks? Hey, you want to jump to the chat here on Twitch? Give us a follow. Okay, we got Corey watching here. Got the stars, Corey from Demo Gods. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. You just jump in the chat, say hello. We'll give you a shout out. If you can subscribe free with your Amazon Prime subscription, help the channel out right here. Give us a follow. Throw some bits in at the top right corner when you signed in. Just throw some bits. We'll give you some shout outs and some cheers as we get going if there's something you like. And we'll also see, Dan, the score picks, the SCO picks at uffsports.com/SCO picks. For today, it was who's going to get more combined tackles, what defensive duo. From this game, Len Ford and Hanford Top Dog Dixon, or in our late game at 9 o'clock from the Hunters, who's facing Diamonds, Is it going to be Darrell Revis Island, or Luke Kuechly? So which combo is going to get the most tackles?
Now, do you know well, I guess we don't know the answer to this yet, but
Not yet.
Do you have a feeling on who you think it's going to be?
Boy, it's tough to, like, and we just saw actually Len Ford with the sack, so it's a nice start for the Cleveland Brown Hall of Famer. Just by name recognition, like, Kuechly's a tackle machine. Darrell Revis, shutdown corner, right? So I think the key word here, Dan, is tackles, right? Who's going to get, but so you have a D lineman and a corner in each of those scenarios. So I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty close to a pick 'em.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kuechly.
Go with Luke. Oh, and there's a sack. Len Ford, back-to-back sacks. Hold on. Okay. Well, Len Ford, woo, blowing up that middle offensive line. And for Valhalla, that's Dan Deerdorf, Forrest Gregg, Jim Parker at center, Tyler Columbus, and Art Shell. And Valhalla are 3 and out. They will be forced to punt. And there's Winslow. Hello, Elite, online there. Whoa, look at Winslow with the big return. A rare long return here. Andrew saying good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, good evening. Built Ford tough, yeah, for Len Ford. And Jamie got the audio figured out. Yes, thank you, Jamie. Thank you. And there's Dickerson slicing to that left side. London Fletcher. And Dan, you talk about a guy who had a heck of a long career, super consistent, and a Super Bowl champ, London Fletcher. One of those best, like, middle line, just racked up 16-year career, 4 Pro Bowls, won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
I'm trying to get the game up here on my computer. It wasn't working good on the phone. Who we got up? Another sack.
Boy, London Fletcher. I was just talking about Dan Fletcher. Just absolutely, he leapt over Mick Tinglehoff, the center for Elite, to get to Elway. And now it's 3rd and 16 from the Valhalla 42. Out of the gun, Elway, 3-step drop. He looks, surveys, lots of time. Going deep, going end zone. It's back, and it is incomplete. Broken up by Cam Chancellor.
You know, it's really crazy to hear guys' names in this league that you've grown to know from the actual NFL, and to know, like, gosh, I can't believe that guy's retired. He seems like he would play forever.
Well, Cam Chancellor's one of those, as Matt Stover's big booming leg hits that 59-yard field goal, so Elite go up 10-0 under 5 minutes have expired in that first quarter. No, but you're right, Dan. You're like, oh, he's been retired. And then when you look, you're like, wow, they've been retired for maybe a little while, right? Like a London Fletcher who was around forever. Cam Chancellor we just mentioned. Now we'll see how Valhalla, Michael Vick, Jim Brown, Bo Jackson, really a strong, that backfield is spectacular, Dan. It's the wide receivers for Valhalla that maybe some tweaking to upgrade, but certainly no slouches. You got Doug Baldwin, Gary Clark, Webster Slaughter, Paul Warfield, Hines Ward, but not necessarily at that same level as some of the more, as some of the teams that are going to be going to the playoffs, let's say.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason for me. I had really high hopes for my team, and I know that both of these teams did as well, especially Elite. I think they spent a few dollars in the auction. I believe some guys chose not to. I think it was Elite one of the ones that spent some money on the draft auction.
I don't think anything major. They were more active in like they've made a couple of trades. Valhalla's made a trade as well. So I think more trade market, maybe free agency. I don't think in that original auction though. That's where like Fury. That's where Fury like went to town. And it's paid off, 13-1. But Dan, Fury, no more an undefeated season. Nice catch, just shy of that first down, 3rd and 1.
And it'll be interesting to see if any of the players that they paid for ends up on the free agency.
Right.
Because
that's a good point.
You know, you can buy that team that first year, right? And then you got to kind of level the playing field years after that. So hopefully we don't have a Yankees in this division. You
have to leave 10 players unprotected. We got our guy Garrett Jones in the house saying good stuff. There you go, G. Welcome. Jump in the chat room. Jim Brown, just with the power and finesse that landed him in the Hall of Fame, and arguably the greatest player who ever lived in the NFL. It just goes and rolls through for that first down for Valhalla. And Corey saying now they do get to play forever. That's right, Corey. Yeah, that's right.
Now, why am I not seeing our chat here?
What is it now? Are you on your phone or computer screen?
I'm on the computer now.
So you got to go. If you're full screen, you got to exit out and you got to have it. Oh, look at that sack. Who got it? Len Ford. Len Ford says, "I want the Defensive Player of the Week award." He is just a bulldozer.
Hey, who are these players in the little parlay?
This is and actually to get back to my point for the chat, you'll see in the top right angle, if you exit out of the full screen, you'll see a little arrow on that right top. If you click on it, then the chat should pop up.
No, it's popping up, but I don't see who's in here. And
oh, you know what? If you refresh, I think what happens if you refresh, you lose what chat was before you did that.
Gotcha.
I think that's the case.
We need everyone to comment so I can see who's in here.
Yeah, we got Corey, we got Garrick, we have Elite, we have Andrea, we got Jamie. I think there's a couple others in there as well.
Sean in here watching?
I haven't seen Sean yet in there.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Sean in a couple days. He's the owner of Valhalla, in case you're wondering who we're talking about.
Yeah, coach this team too.
A good buddy of mine. Actually helped me paint my house a few weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah. I learned all about his days on his ship in the Navy and
very cool.
Living in Hawaii, the whole deal.
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. No, he's a good guy. Very glad to have Sean. He purchased the team partway through the season, actually. And guess who, folks? Len Ford. The Ford truck. Just no brakes on Len Ford today. He is absolutely owning the center Jim Parker game. He's just
I'm gonna have to switch my bet over to Elite side.
The Garrett Jones says can't wait to finish building the frenzy. Tons of players. You're right, Garrett. And each year too, new players coming in. Right, we got who was the Whitworth top off one.
Whitworth.
I'm sure his rating is going to be quite high. There's a Marpit or something from Tampa Bay. I always forget his name, but he's going to be pretty good. Tom Brady at some point. Soon
enough. I think maybe we could get Johnny Football in here at some point. Johnny Manziel.
What's Johnny's? Johnny's going to be a 40 rating.
He's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah. He's going to take it to the next level.
Listen, the only thing Johnny's ready for is another trip to Vegas with his wig and his sunglasses. Johnny Manziel. Ali Marpet, that's right. Yeah. Man, I actually got into a Twitter war with Manziel, and I KO'd him. I KO'd him, Dan. He ended up blocking me.
Oh, good Lord. That's so funny. I can't even imagine.
He was attacking the Browns, and he was like, clearly, the man needs some assistance, for real. Like, he was off whatever wagon he was on. He was totally gone. But it got pretty ugly. He challenged me to a fight on Twitter. I was like, dude.
Really? Can I stand in your place? I'll stand in your
let's
place
go.
Instead. I just turned 50, by the way. So, I'll be a 50-year-old man kicking that 26-year-old ass.
That'd be great. Have him put some of his mills on the line.
Yeah. I just want one of his daddy's oil rigs.
Oh, just one.
Yeah.
Just one. Oh, my God. 50's the new 30, Jamie says. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. I just turned 41 on Saturday. Yeah, and you were a couple days before, right? Happy belated to both of us.
May 11th, on Wednesday.
That's right.
I believe it was.
Into the end zone for a touchback. We got Johnny Football, crying emoji from Garrett. Corey saying, Rob Gronkowski's still undecided. Corey, that's
Gronk ain't coming back. Gronk's done. He's done.
Couldn't you see him one more year with Brady?
I don't think he wants to. I mean, but does Brady have the magic to do it another time? The odds are no, and Gronk really puts his body on the line. I mean, he's not, sitting back there in a tutu like Tom Brady and not getting hit by anybody.
Oh, look at Len Ford. Loose ball, fumble. And Marchetti gets it. Gino Marchetti, the lineman right beside, the interior tackle right beside Len Ford, gets credit for that sack. Valhalla recovers. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Elite, for the happy birthday. Time Bandit says, super excited to see what Time Bandits can do in the offseason to add to their talented team. Time Bandits has done I think one of the most under the radar seasons, Dan. Like, Time Bandits has been consistently tremendous. You don't necessarily have the flashiest of star power just from mainstream, but that team just gets it done. So credit to that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look and see who they've got. Now, how is the offseason going to work? Are we able to make trades in the offseason?
Absolutely. Gary Clark with the completion to the left. So we're going to lay out the whole timeline. What we're going to do is actually wait, because Danny Jugan, our buddy, founder of Access Football, said that they're making the new edition. It's going to have all these improvements, the AI, the defensive back. So what we were chatting about is like, you know what? Let's wait to see what this version is. Let's get our hands on it because the next season doesn't start till February, so we got time.
Right.
So let's wait. Let's get our hands. How does the play go? Because then we can say, okay, our defensive backs noticeably better because that would change the value maybe of how much you want to acquire one. What about running backs? Over the top, what a catch by Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen just straight up beat Jack Butler and Eddie Meter of the elite Michael Vick with a dart. That ball was on a string.
I'm looking here at Time Bandits roster now. On offense, I agree with you. But on defense, this guy's really built a solid defensive team with Champ Bailey and Paul Krause, 98 rating, DeMarcus Ware, 98 rating, Ray Lewis.
Yeah, Ray Lewis.
99. Then you've got 97s across the board on your defensive line. And it's a pretty solid defense. I'm sure it's been keeping him in a lot of games.
Yeah.
And I know that maniac Eric Decker, who's only rated a 91, is a really good possession receiver in this game. And I think he took me to town on a number of drives this season so far.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's funny just what works and what doesn't so far. Michael Vick wide open, soft coverage, and Jim Brown makes a man miss. He's to the 5, and he is tackled by Jack Butler. But Jim Brown just on a nice, quick little out. The elite secondary backed off, and you don't want to give Jim Brown an inch of space. And now the Valhalla squad in the red zone pushing at the 5.
You almost want to give it to Jim Brown here, but if I try to run it in from the 5 here, there's no chance I'm getting into the end zone. But let's see what we got here. There
Very
he goes.
close. Got a couple.
Oh.
That was Tommy Nobis who soared in from the Elite's defense to keep into a couple. So 2nd and goal. Valhalla trying to get on the board. Elite leading 10-0. 3:25 to go in the first out of the I formation. Bo Jackson the lead back. Then Jim Brown.
If I'm going to play Tony Romo, I'm going to look for an out here to the right-hand side.
Let's see.
One of these tight ends or that receiver. Audibling to the post here.
And it is a turnover. Jake Scott. Scott with the interception. Wow.
Yeah.
Michael Vick. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, you kind of expected that middle to be covered up, I think, when you get this close. And that's why just kind of going on what I've been beaten with, and that has been some outs right at that pylon when you get this close. So would have liked to see Valhalla pull that out of the playbook.
But now you have Elite pinned in their own end zone. So safety, got to be careful of that. Oh, very close. Millard.
Bring the house here. Bring the house. Although Tarkenton kind of moves out of the way a lot. Ooh. Is that Tarkenton? Is that
Elway.
Yeah.
We got John Elway.
Elway. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking at Time Bandits again.
So we got Millard brought him down. So now it's 2nd at the 3. And, Eric Dickerson, he just eluded Bill Romanowski enough to get out of there.
Wow.
Actually, that was Charlie Waters.
Where I gave it to my fullback, John Riggins, and he took it 99 yards. I doubt they're going to do this here. I would run this ball out of here. I would not mess around with pass.
Deep. And it's caught! Ooh. John Elway! John Elway, fear ice water veins. Elway, from his own end zone, just heaved it for a huge completion to Michael Irvin. My goodness. Phenomenal. Now you got lots of room. There's Elway again. Pressure coming, though, to the left sideline. And it's caught by Eric Dickerson, who rolled out of that backfield nicely. Look at the weapons for Elite. You have Michael Irvin, the playmaker, 3-time Super Bowl champ. Kellen Winslow, 98 rating. Jay Novacek, we've seen Eddie George, Rod Smith. And the running backs that we've talked about, Eric Dickerson and Terrell Davis. Now out of the eye. Go play action. And the defense bit. And there's Demaryius Thomas, and it's a touchdown. And that's the one guy I didn't mention. The depth receiver, Demaryius Thomas, 4th on the depth chart, Dan. And he comes out and takes it to the house. Demaryius Thomas scores for the Elite.
Yeah, it's interesting to see once again, another guy that played during the era where I mean, obviously he's you know, no longer playing, but this is a guy that you hear his name, you're like, he's still playing, but unfortunately, he's not even alive anymore.
No, he passed away. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, crazy, right?
yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of a interesting thing to see a guy who passed so quickly to be playing again so soon after his death. Yeah,
It's a nice, you know what though? It is a nice situation that we
it's a
have with
great
this league.
tribute. Yeah,
Well, yeah, you're able to remember and talk about these players who were great at one point, right? So
yeah.
that is a nice little thing that this league is able to do. 17-0 elite as we wind down this first quarter. Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. Get us on Twitter at AndyMC81 at Almighty Espo. Valhalla after that turnover will just avoid that sack from Marchetti, and the ball sails off the hands of Doug Baldwin, incomplete on that left.
So we're going to pull out a little trivia since we're talking about the
Oh,
Marius here.
let's go.
Played for 4 teams in his career. How many can you name? And we're going to leave that up to you guys over here in the chat as well. We'll let you guys
I
try
know
to go
one.
through this. Demarius Thomas played for 4 teams. Name them if you can.
I know one, but I'll hold off for now.
Let's wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hold off. Michael Vick changing the play at the line. Bo Jackson playing the fullback role. Jim Brown, they all roll out. Heat coming over the middle, double coverage, and swatted down by Hanford top dog Dixon and Eddie Meter. And Hanford Dixon, one of those SCO picks. You can win some score if you play on that, uffsports.com/SEO picks. Closed for now, but each game will tweet it out, post it in the chats that you can jump in and play. So this one, Dan, again, is it Len Ford and Hanford top dog Dixon as a combo for the most tackles, or Luke Kuechly and Darrell Revis Island? That's from the Hunters game, which will be immediately following this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with this game here. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go with this game.
Did he catch that? Wow. Mike Vick. You know what? You got to give him credit. That was caught. I think that was Gary Clark.
Here we go. Broncos, Jets. We got, who's elite AFL? Oh, who's elite? Who is that? Who owns
Broncos,
elite?
Jets. Oh, Chris.
Chris. Okay. Yeah, we should all get on a video chat one day and kind of meet all the owners.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Time Bandits has a guess.
Houston, Broncos, Jets. That's it. He's got them all.
That was a big one over the top. Tommy Thompson. The Tommy gun with the tackle for loss.
I went to school with a Tommy Thompson. Very good friend of mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, really good friend of mine. He's, yeah.
Did he play ball?
He did not play ball. Although, so it's an interesting story. Tommy, and I'll tell this story is almost, I don't know, an anecdote. So, I played football in college, obviously, but I didn't kind of fancy myself as a football player. I didn't hang out with the football players. I hung out with the weirdos, right? So at my table was my friend Christian Krempaski, who was an archaeologist. I had a guy from Pakistan named Irfan and a guy from India named Irfan. Spelled it with an E and an I. They hated each other. This is how stupid I was in like 1991, 92, whenever. I was like, why? You guys are both brown. Why don't you? I didn't know Pakistan and India hated each other. That's how dumb I was as a young man. And, our one buddy who was a power lifter who had a lisp became an underwater welder. And Tommy was sort of a lifter as well. Tommy was gay, but he wasn't out of the closet at this point. And so finally at the end of the year, I had said to Tommy, it's okay. You can let us know. Like, we don't care. Like, no big deal. And he was very upset with me that I would even, say that about him. And then years later on MySpace, he was hosting, gay cruises and, big pineapple fruits on his head. And he's very proud now. But that's my buddy Tommy Thompson. We're still friends today. We talk all the time.
I think the one of the takeaways too was that it was on MySpace, Dan. That is dating.
It was
yourself.
Yeah. Before, it wasn't even Facebook. Yeah.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just before. I think MySpace, Facebook was. I never had a MySpace page. I think it was just on its way out when I was becoming sort of that age, and then Facebook kind of came out. But man,
yeah, they're all terrible.
Oh, what's Corey saying? Vestraverse being built. Oh, there we go. It's promoted. Yeah, they were promoting the league a little bit earlier today. Kellen Winslow for a gain of 5 over the middle.
So yeah, that's what I was asking. Corey's about to say another piece of info about the metaverse. I guess, is this being tweeted, Corey? or where are you getting this info?
They tweeted earlier today and tagged us.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Stadiums will be built with the app. Yeah, awesome. Well, that's where we want to take this, where you're watching this game inside the metaverse at some point.
Yeah. So will that still be played with the same? Because isn't that one engine? That's one gaming engine. This is built on a different gaming engine.
That I think we're still too far out to know any real specifics.
Gotcha.
As far as how that would work.
Yeah.
We'll sort of have to see when we get closer what makes sense, how it would work. I'll tell you this: I'm not going to be the one answering the tech question on that one. I can't wait to see it, but I don't know how it works.
I just imagine when we're inside a stadium, inside of our Oculus headset or wherever we're going to be doing this,
It'd be so cool.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this
and
all
then,
plays out.
And then be able to turn and see each other in the booth, right? Like that's you know, I can't wait. I can't wait. Out of the pistol, there's Elway. Fires into triple coverage. Very lucky that was not intercepted. You had Ken Riley and Cam Chancellor watching him there. Make sure, folks, too, hey, jump in, gift a sub if you have an Amazon Prime subscription. Follow, subscribe, throw some bits in the cheer jar there. Let us know you're watching.
So what is this Vestaverse?
Let's have Corey answer that. I'm actually not too sure myself.
I'm looking it up here. Vestaverse, data and everything. It's not Chevy Traverse, no. Vestaverse.
Vestra. I think there's an R.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there it is. Teaser video of the graphics and cities currently on Twitter at Vestraverse. So you can check that out on Twitter. There we go. There's Terrell Davis. Just put that shoulder down and earned every ounce of those 3 yards. 4th and 7, though. 13:37 left, and it will be a punting situation. Oh, field goal. Well, let's see where they're lined up, actually. The screen in this game sometimes switches you around. It gets you a little mixed up.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Well, they're going for it.
Okay, that'd be about a 60. Oh, no, yeah, they're going for it. That's going to be a 61-yarder.
It's over. It's up, and it's good. 58.
Oh, 58, okay. Yeah, I went for a 61 the other day, and I did not hit it, unfortunately.
It's right in that
Vestaverse.
That zone.
Huh.
So it's 20-0 for Elite up on Valhalla with 13:13 to go in the first half. See if Valhalla can respond here. Let's go through real quick the Elite defense here today, Dan. We got Alex Karras, Len Ford, who we talked about a lot, Gino Marchetti, and Daryl Palmer. And Alex Karras, we've talked about this before when Elite has played, was the dad on the TV show Webster.
That's right.
Lots of little, there was the guy from the Goonies. I forgot his name. John
Matuzak.
Yeah, with an M. Yeah.
Yep.
He was the Goonies guy.
Jim Brown is an actor. He's,
of course.
Of course. Let's see, who else do we have here that could be?
Bo Jackson was in a cartoon, the All-Stars or Pro Stars.
Right.
Terrible cartoon with Gretzky and Michael Jordan, not their own voice, and a serial too, which was also
I feel like
subpar.
Michael Irvin was in a cartoon as well. Was Michael Irvin a cartoon?
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I don't remember it, but he has the personality. My goodness.
I feel like it was some sort of football superhero cartoon. Maybe I'm wrong.
I could hear Michael Irvin just talk. Like, he just has that pretty voice. Like, put me in a building with him Sundays and just have him talk football. Like, that guy is just so charismatic.
Yeah, I can't deal with that hair he's got going on. So Vestraverse. Okay, so Vestraverse is not related to the metaverse.
Sacked by Len Ford. Another. I'm losing track. He must be at 5 already. Len Ford is just destroying that interior line of Valhalla. And Dan, this is a case where you really have to try to work out either quicker passes, pitches to the outside, something to relieve that pressure.
And that's where I'm hoping sort of next level gameplay picks up there, because when you do pick those crossing patterns per se, so let's say you've got a tight end who's going to do a crossing pattern, you don't want to throw that ball when he's already at the other side of the field. You want to get that ball to him when he's crossing your face or just passing that other tight end spot. So, you want to be able to choose those plays and have them executed, as they're drawn up for down a distance, a little bit faster.
Yeah, that's for sure. And caught over the middle, only a gain of about 5 there, 3rd and 22. Oh, Corey's saying, Dan, that Vestraverse is a metaverse.
Gotcha.
That's what
Yeah,
Corey's
no, I
saying.
thought that was somehow associated with Zillica's metaverse or Metropolis. What is it?
Met-
Metopolis.
Metopolis. I can't keep
Metopolis. Okay,
track of all this
different.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Vick out of the I formation. Jackson and Brown. Baldwin and Clark the wideouts. 3rd and 22. You'd think they'd heave it. Ball at their own 13. Pressure coming. And the ball is loose. The ball is loose. And it is picked off. Valhalla just picked it up.
Oh, my
Tommy
goodness.
Thompson, the Tommy gun, again fires into that backfield.
Whew. Yeah, that's
Man.
two. That's putting Valhalla real far back here. And what do we got here? Valhalla has yet to score. Elite's up 20.
4th and
Valhalla's
32.
got their ass against the wall.
They got the punt out, though. Will be great field position for Elite. Taken at the 40, and Kellen Winslow only got a few steps before he was attacked
Oof.
and brought down. 10:42. Second game of our Monday night doubleheader is the Hunters versus Diamonds. You have Dan Marino versus Roger Staubach. That'll be a fun quarterback battle.
We got two sort of playoff games playing today to get people out of the cellar.
Yeah, more for pride, and really now, even if you're out of the playoff race, it's getting those reps and getting like, okay, how am I going to be looking for next year, trying new things, in combination with that we're going to have and find out what these new changes, improvements to the game are, and how much that really changes a strategy. Eric Dickerson with the slice, 2 slices, and he got speared after an 8-yard game, but he just planted that left foot, cut on a dime, and was able to get it as the clock runs. 5 minutes have gone by in the second. 3rd and 2. Now going out of that eye again, Terrell Davis to lead back, and Davis will get it. And he swings around that right edge, got by Manny Fernandez for a gain of 2.5, and that'll be enough to move the chains. You still got a nice secondary, though, for Valhalla. That Cam Chancellor pickup, 4-time Pro Bowl. You got Charlie Waters back there. Bill Romanowski, of course, Dan acquired from Birds of Prey, who's owned by Super Bowl champ Lionel Dalton, who we've told the story before about who forgot to draft himself. So Lionel had to trade for himself and give up Bill Romanowski, who's a nice player.
Yeah, I've got some Bill Romanowski stories if you want to hear them.
Yeah, let's have it.
All right, so Bill Romanowski, he's really I'm really into supplements and natural healing and natural medicine and that kind of stuff. And so Bill Romanowski was sort of the leader in the NFL with that stuff. He used to have pill boxes all the time, and so when he retired from the NFL, he had written a book and he had come out with a supplement line. So I started using his supplements, and I was telling my buddy who lives in California that I'm buying Bill Romanowski's supplements. He goes, well, I'm coaching Bill Romanowski's kid in lacrosse, my buddy who was a professional lacrosse player. And Bill Romanowski stiffed him on some tuition money for his lacrosse league. Yeah.
Sales were down.
Sales were down. Yeah.
Wow. So Romanowski stiffed you. Oh, stiffed your bud.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So Romanowski, if you're ever listening, you owe Oglesby some money.
Yeah, give him some cash. But now, you said your friend played professional lacrosse, field lacrosse or national lacrosse league? What did he play?
He played both indoor and outdoor professional lacrosse. So he was an All-American for I think 3 years at Duke, and ended up playing for the Philly team here. There's a Philly indoor lacrosse team here, and then they had an outdoor league for a couple years. It didn't really take off, but he played in that one as well.
2-yard good for Elite. Matt Stover's leg is true. 23-0. 8:09 to go in the second quarter. Valhalla will get the ball back. Yeah, I love lacrosse. I called play-by-play national broadcast for TSN and Sportsnet this is my first year not doing it.
Oh, wow.
11 did it for 10 years with the Toronto Rock national ones. I got to do 2 international world lacrosse tournaments for European TV in Prague. So I love lacrosse. It's
Now, lacrosse
great game to call. Great game
pretty big,
to call.
and I can't imagine.
So fun.
It's probably quicker and harder to call than basketball.
You know what? It's a great combo. Now, I'm talking for the indoor game because you have a shot clock. So it combines basketball. You have a shot clock. Hockey. It's rough. You got fights, of course. It just, all things being equal, it's my favorite sport to call.
Oh, you have fights in indoor lacrosse.
dude, and it's a street fight.
know that.
You're not on skates. You
Right.
drop the gloves. It's a street fight.
Oh
You're
my
on
gosh.
flat. So these guys,
Yeah.
there's been some crimson masks, man. I'll tell you.
I could have done well in that league, I think.
Absolutely,
All
because you're
all
fast.
Well,
You're
knock
like
a
you're
guy
quick and
out.
tough. Well, yeah, but that combination, you're fast, you're tough, because you got the turf, right? So you're inside,
Yeah.
you get that speed.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you
my
can lumber.
buddy Matt Oglesby, who was considered fast by lacrosse standards, we would race, and it was a bloodbath when I beat him. And yeah, so I think that would have been interesting.
Ooh!
Although
Another sack by Len Ford. Good gravy.
Now, tell me more about the parlays that we're doing here. It's a new feature for UFFS.
Yes.
You can kind of, are we calling it gambling or a game of chance or whatever we're doing here? But you use score tokens.
Yeah, we're calling it picks, Dan. Picks.
Picks.
That's right. None of those other words.
Yeah.
Picks.
So how do you make your picks? Where do you go to make picks? I'm sure these are already closed, but is it going to happen for the rest of the season? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So we did a couple over the last week, and the great thing is, Dan, and for all the owners listening too, this is part of the revenue sharing for the franchise. So 5% of the rake that's taken in from these pick wagers using score go into the revenue sharing split evenly amongst all the franchises. So the more people, and look at Winslow, makes his man miss, sprinting down that right sideline, touchdown in lead. Kellen Winslow just plain beat Charlie Waters, and he goes to the end zone. 29, soon to be 30-0 for elite. Kellen Winslow, so good, so fast, and that 98 rating.
That corner route is really hard to beat, really hard to defend against as a defense, because you literally have one guy to beat, and if that quarterback drops that ball in, that defender is on an island and with no way to catch up to one of these 99 rated, 98 rated tight ends.
Guys, well, it looks like he actually beat your buddy and our friend of league and show, Aaron Beasley.
One of these.
And not all his fault. Winslow beat him. Charlie Waters should have got on the tackle, but Winslow beat two men, and our buddy Aaron Beasley, voted one of the 20 top all-time Jacksonville Jaguars, was beat on that play.
Was he? Very nice.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's also, like I said before, a perennial college football Hall of Famer, but still has not broken through the door yet. Yep.
Very close. Hopefully he gets in. There's Elite saying Winslow. That's right. What a stud. Yeah, that was great. But to get back to the score, so we're calling it SCO Picks, SCO Picks for score. That's a short form. And again, any bet you guys make or promote it and people use score, it benefits the franchises. So that's part of those revenue shares we've been talking about all year. This is another step to that. And so you just go ufsports.com/SCO Picks. Today's are closed. You got to do it before the game starts, of course. But then it's very simple. You have two wallet addresses, and if you want to make your pick, Len Ford. Stop it. Michael Vick has a family, Len Ford. You just stop. He has children. Oh, my. Another sack for Len Ford. But you pick which wallet address you want, and then you copy that, send your score to that address. It immediately updates on the ufsports.com/SCO Picks page, and you see there, and then if you win, you're on the winning side. You get your cut of the winnings, and everybody wins if you're a franchise owner. Every wager, portion of that goes to you franchise owners.
Now I'm going to break it down because I'm stupid, and some of the people in this chat are possibly just a slight bit smarter than me. So you have to have a UFFS account to put the money into that wallet.
Dan, real quick, that's a safety. Len Ford with a sack safety on Michael Vick. Len Ford. We're not even through two quarters, man, and that looks like we're in defensive player of the week territory there. Elite saying Ford again,
Yeah, Len Ford, undrafted in 1948 out of Morgan State, Michigan. Played for the Los Angeles Dons in 1948 and 49, Cleveland Browns, and then the Green Bay Packers. 3-time NFL champ, 4-time first-team All-Pro.
Not bad.
Stud.
Yeah. Absolute stud, Len Ford. So many of these greats who wasn't TV back then, not a lot of radio, not a lot of people around who were fans of them still, as Dickerson cuts through one man taken down by Bill Romanowski. To give their credit. And that, again, goes back to, look, you get to relive and learn about some of these players. Like, Dan, you shared the story that Bill Romanowski doesn't pay his bills. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's an interesting fact, you know.
Yeah.
So, but to your question, you need a ZillPay wallet. So you got to have a ZillPay wallet, and every pick is done in store. Yeah, every pick is done in store.
Okay. So you're taking it, you have it in the ZillPay wallet, then you deposit it into whichever pick
that
you
wallet
want to
address.
do.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Easy enough.
And then as soon as the game's done and the winners are determined, then it gets paid out back into your wallet, and there you go.
Yep.
Nice and simple and clean.
As much as I've been into crypto for about 7-8 years now, I've, for the first time in my life, understood what ViewBlock is.
Okay.
Where I can see transactions. I don't know. I just kind of in it for the fun of it, but I don't have all the technical aspects down. But yeah, it's a good way to keep track of your coins.
Oh, sure. I'll track it. That's the beauty of the blockchain, right? You can easily keep track and all that. As we see the elite pitch out to Dickerson, taken down for a loss by London Fletcher, who has been all over the place. He's had sacks. He's had a few tackles for loss, keeping Dickerson in check, who's tied for third in rushing touchdowns in the American Football Legends League with 8. And of course, Dan still holds the single season rushing record for yards in 1984.
Wow. So, looking over some Len Ford trivia. Now, Len Ford had to go play for the Los Angeles Dons because there had been no African Americans had been drafted by the NFL in that year that he was eligible. The next year was the very first African American NFL football player, and his name was George Taliaferro.
Wow. Okay.
Played for Indiana, and then he played for the New York Yanks. And the Dallas Texans, and then the Baltimore Colts and Philadelphia Eagles.
Awesome. And that broke down the wall, Yep.
Tremendous. It's interesting we don't hear about that name as much as we do somebody like
Jackie Robinson.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, we got actually, Dan, to your question about where you need the wallet, Liz here is saying you can send from any wallet, so ZillPay, UFFS, Moonlet, etc., wherever you hold the SCO. So thank you, Liz, for jumping in. My very novice crypto knowledge. It doesn't just have to be ZillPay. It can be anywhere you hold your score. You can place a wager at ufsports.com/SCO picks on one of our prop lists. And a lot of it's football, but we also had some over the weekend for the NHL playoffs. So there's going to be other sports as well. So just keep an eye out on that. And again, folks, it helps you, the franchise. So spread the word. You're only helping yourself. As it's still 32-0 Elite on Valhalla, 2:37 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick halftime break when this rolls down and then finish off this game. But remember, folks, no lead is safe in the AFLL. We have Mike Vick under center, Jim Brown, hand off to Brown. Oh, the Elite defense read that. Len Ford, Marchetti, and Karras was a 3-man attack, and that's how many you need to bring down Jim Brown behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, and thank you, Real. Look at this, Dan. We got a from Stosh888. So from Kevin, we got a gifted subscription. So thank you very much.
Very nice.
What is that? Oh, no, you know what? No, he got our commissioner, Max, gifted a tier 1 sub to Stosh888. So what that means is, now if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can do it for free, but if not, you can pay for it and you gift them a subscription. So that means for the channel, you'd get benefits for the channel. So you get leaderboard rankings as we build the channel out more. You'll get more perks and benefits and all that. And it supports the channel. So thank you, Commish. And there you go. Max is all hard. That's right. There you go, Max. So Stosh is there. And actually, by doing that, you look at the leaderboard on the chat side, guys, up at the top, that number 1 with the present. Taking that lead is Commissioner Max. So he is number 1 on the leaderboard. You can get on that leaderboard as Mike Vick is complete to Greg Olson, who gets the first down, steps out of bounds. But the clock still runs. Very strange. Okay. 2-minute warning. But that's how you get on that leaderboard, by giving subscriptions, by gifting them, by buying them, by buying bits. You just go at the top and then you can throw them into the chat and say like, hey, great touchdown. Here's some bits. And then we give you a shout out and you do all that good stuff.
I like it. We're going to have to get more involved here.
All part of the benefits to the franchise, guys. That's what this all is about. All working it in for the franchise owners.
there's so much. I mean, really being a franchise owner on one franchise is difficult.
Yeah.
I've got four now, and it's
Because the
literally like
college you're in.
having a college one, and it's
Yeah.
literally like having a full-time job. I mean, especially the football, but baseball, I didn't realize how involved baseball is and how much it's making me become a fan of baseball again. Like I'm really
Oh,
following the
that's
sport
great.
now, which I haven't followed in a number of years. I couldn't have told you three players on the Phillies a year ago, and now I've got two of them on my fantasy team. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
And you know what? That's why, yeah, with fantasy, playing fantasy, it helps you just become more of a fan because you're more invested, right?
listen, it's you just become more of a dude, or in
That's it.
Liz's case, more of a badass girl.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean
Michael Vick. Oh, yeah. Listen, we're lucky that injuries are off, folks. Len Ford is feasting. He has a spoon and a bib, and he is just eating Michael Vick out of a big old soup bowl tonight. My goodness. Just crazy. But yeah, so Dan, you got college football franchise,
yep.
Ultimate College Fantasy Football League. So we're going to be having our draft on July 15th, July 16th, the Saturday,
Okay.
and logos and teams and stuff. I know we won't reveal your name, but we got names coming in. So that's going to be a real fun league as scouts can now earn revenue on their prospects, and it gives you more reason to be watching college football. And that's another thing, Dan, with so many, like there's 131 D1 schools. It's tough to keep track. So that's another thing with this college league. I'm looking forward to being more involved into college football.
It's going to be really interesting because you can pick guys from obscure schools
Yeah.
that
Oh,
may
Dickerson with the game.
that like a guy like Randy Moss who went to Marshall,
Yeah.
right, and just destroyed everyone because obviously he's one of the greatest receivers ever, but especially playing against the level of talent they played with there. So you pick up a good receiving quarterback tandem in this league,
Yeah.
and you can really take off, and it could be from an obscure school. Now, will it only be one Division 1, or will 1A be included as well, like the Thundering Herd, the Bison, teams like that?
It'll be just Division One as Manly sacked John Elway. And quick question before the half being asked here: how do I get involved? Get me out of my mom's basement. Yes, that's always a good thing. Well, as we take a pause, we'll take a pause on the when the half ends. But you just go to uffsports.com. You can check out all the sports. Go down, check out the different leagues. You can actually check out this league, uffsports.com/AFLL, and check out the Legends League. So lots of ways to get involved as a scout. You can go on the site there and sign up for just $20. So lots of opportunity
The
to get
scouts
involved.
that I've been using for baseball are four guys from Italy, and they
Oh,
know
really?
way more about American baseball than I do. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, all the mechanisms, the whole thing. So it's really interesting. So I'm assuming this guy, since he said mum, is from somewhere over the pond,
Ah.
and
Oh, thanks,
yeah.
Matt. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Said we're great commentators. I agree. Thank you very much. Uh, you know what? Let's take a quick break. I'm going to fill up my water. Elite leading Valhalla after 32-0. We'll take a very quick break. Come back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. I got a feeling Valhalla's got something cooking, folks. No lead is ever safe in this league. So stay tuned. We'll take a quick break and come right back. You're watching the game of the week, the American Football Legends League. All right, everybody, welcome back to Week 14, Game of the Week in the American Football Legends League. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. Give us a follow on Twitter at AndyMC81, at Almighty Esco, the league at the AFLL, where NFL legends live. 32-0 Elite leading Valhalla. Quarterbacks, we have John Elway for the Elite versus Michael Vick for Valhalla. So dream matchups there, Jim Brown and Bo Jackson versus Eric Dickerson and Terrell Davis. So a lot of great competition and matchups here. And Dan, we'll see how Valhalla responds, see if they've been able to make some halftime adjustments as they get the ball first in their black unis with teal.
Now, I heard you went up to the owner's booth and talked to the owner, and I don't know if you have any insight on if he plans to make any adjustments in the second half.
Right. Yeah, that they said yes. They're going to try to make lots of adjustments and see what they can do in this second half as we really, Dan, like the playoffs are right around the corner, of course, right? We have 2 weeks left in the regular season, then the playoffs get going, and we'll see how this whole crazy thing plays out.
Now let's talk about how the playoffs work because, unfortunately at 7-7, and I'll probably end up the season at 9-7 and miss the playoffs with that amazing record. But we've got some teams here that are probably going to beat me out on the for any wild card spots. How does this work out? How many teams make the playoffs? How many wild card teams are there? What's the tiebreakers? Let me know about that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, first, jump in the chat, folks. Our commissioner says another free subscription coming soon. Stay active on the chat. So you want a free subscription. Max is giving out free subscriptions tonight. So jump in the chat. Make sure you follow, subscribe yourself. Throw some bits in as well. You get the bits, you cheer. Maybe Max will give you a subscription as well. Hey, Phil's in the house, Beavis. How's it going, buddy? And Corey says, what's the playoff hunt look like? So first, let's go through what the playoff structure is. Really, it's just like the NFL, but with one conference. So you get the 7 that make, right? So you got 3 wild card and the division winners there.
Okay.
And you're going to have the first round bye. And then from the division, Beavis wants some freeness. Beavis, throw a bit in the chat there. Throw a bit and Max will give you a subscription, probably. I'm spending Max's money here. As it's a 1st and 15 coming out of the eye. If you want to pull up, Dan, actually, uffsports.com/AFLL and click on standings.
Yeah, I've got the standings up.
You got the standings. So take us through the division. Tell us the division name and division leaders so far, if you don't mind.
So in the Don Shula division, we've got Fury Immortals, Time Bandits, and the best team name in the world, Heroes Football Club.
That's right.
Fury, who should be thrown into some other league in the solar system because they're too damn good, is at 13-1.
They did lose.
Oh,
Corey beat him. Corey's in the chat.
Good job, Corey. Thanks for taking down Goliath. So they're sitting at 13-1. In the Walter Camp division, you've got Beowulf, Throwbacks, Elite, Valhalla, 2 teams playing here today. Beowulf at 8-6 is leading there. Throwbacks at 6-8 is within striking distance.
Right.
And you've got the Jim Thorpe division. You've got Goats, EOD Demo Gods, Originals, Birds of Prey. Goats at 11-3, Demo Gods at 10-4. So one of those teams probably going to be a wild card, as will Immortals. And then in the Tony Dungy division, you've got Anvil's, Fancentric, Hunters, Diamonds. Anvil's in control there at 10-4, but they could lose outright and be in a tie with Fancentric Frenzy if they win outright. But that's going to be a difficult thing to do. We got 3 games left? Two games left?
2 games left. So this is the end. Today's the end of week 14, so we'll have 15 and 16. So 2 regular season games left.
Okay, so it looks like Anvils will be sitting pretty there at 10-6 with nobody able to beat them there. The Jim Thorpe division and the Walter Camp division are up in the air as we speak. And then you've got Fury just really in control of the Don Shula division.
Right. So the good thing is we're coming down last 2 weeks of the season, and after this week with some playoff races. Let's see, in the red zone, and Michael Vick inhaled, digested by Len Ford. Oh my!
I hate to say it, but I'm still alive. Oh, it makes me insane because that means the next game.
Are you officially alive?
I'm gonna blow a gasket next game. Absolutely.
We need a live Twitch stream on
Right.
Dan's
That
bag.
should be the thing, because at the
I think
times
that'd
I
be good.
contemplated throwing my controller through a window and just thought to myself, you're a 50-year-old man. Well, I was 49 at the time, and just didn't
Now you're
do it.
mature.
But I'm so much more mature now.
Right. It's absolutely. And now it's 3rd and goal for Valhalla. Trying to get on the board here. They're so close, Dan. They're at the 10 after
Yep.
that sack that really pushed them back 5. So we'll see.
I've been here so many times. He better throw or run to the outside. Either one. Well, with this one, it could be a good crossing route. He's not. When he gets within that 10, within
action.
10 yards,
Ooh.
it's just tough.
Oh, and the shimmy. He avoided Gino Marchetti on the sack. The to Michael Vick, but then he just missed
that
him.
out. Yep, that outside, that part over there, the end zone, and that part of the field is usually open.
Missed Webster Slaughter, who is wide open, and they're going for it. I like the moxie on Valhalla here.
Let's do it, Shawnee.
Out of the eye, and maybe too much under center with that center pressure, because they're right.
Yeah, I would not mess around with any play action.
Oh my! Glenn Ford again.
There they come. There they come.
Turnover on downs.
Yeah, you really gotta, it's crazy, but you really gotta hold two extra guys in to block there, and just hope you got 1 or 2 guys out in a route that can, make something happen. But you usually find yourself doing that, and then you're throwing interceptions.
Well, that's the gamesmanship, right? And we got Corey says, leave it to the bomb squad to tame the nuke that is the Fury offense. That was huge. That was a huge game, and it wrecked the regular season, the perfection of it. As we have a complete Jay Novacek rumbled his way for a gain of 14.
Oof, nice tackle.
And Novacek, Dan, I don't know if you know this, he has a whiskey line. You know that?
Who's got a whiskey line?
Jay Novacek.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out with a supplement line pretty soon myself. Called
you throw some bourbon in there?
It's just caffeine and niacin, so you get some kind of rush.
There you go. Hey, it's all about marketing.
Yeah,
Market it right, it's all good. Just
let's talk.
You like yelling.
So right, I'm gonna ask the people in the chat here. So I've got 2 potential names for this stuff. It helps you become more flexible. So either flexibility fuel or loose juice. Those are my 2 options.
Okay. My mind went somewhere else with loose juice. The bar. Something 2 a.m. bar at the bar.
Right.
Maybe go with
Flexibility fuel. I think that's my go-to. Loose juice will be my roofie.
Loose juice, you got to spike it with like whiskey. It's like
GHB.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, maybe go with the flexibility one.
So I'm curious. Is our buddy Kingpin still in here? Kingpin, are you still in here?
Oh, Time Bandit saying, "Can you wait till next week to blow a gasket?" Haha.
I blow a gasket every week, so it doesn't. Unless I'm winning, it's like there's a reason to blow a gasket.
Jeff Fiegels with the punt. Loose juice, guys. I think hashtag loose juice. Hashtag it. I think you could sell that. I'm not sure to who, but you could sell it. Oh, at the syrup club. Hey, Corey, whatever works. You can have syrup at certain establishments, I'm sure.
All right.
Unless
flexibility fuel it is.
Oh, my takeaway from this game will not be the offense. It will be loose juice. That's for sure. That's great. Michael Vick throws it away. Here, I think Vick's seeing some ghosts here, Dan, because Marchetti was coming, but he sidestepped. He just, again, threw it just right over the head of Gary Putt.
Yeah, it's I think of a guy named Marchetti and how he's about to, he's just killing people over here. I can't help but think that in Arizona that the water's running dry and they're finding all these dead bodies in there.
Oh,
Kinda
really?
Like you would expect to happen at the Meadowlands, but
some mafia stuff. Loose ball, and it's a turnover. It's a turnover, and Elite recovered it. Speaking of Marchetti with the strip fumble recovery, Gino Marchetti picks it up, and Elite has the ball. Wow.
Marchetti's got to be from New Jersey, right? Where is he from?
I would wager. I'm not sure. That's
Ohio. Sounds like a name from Ohio as well.
Hey, Marchetti.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Smithers, West Virginia.
Dickerson with a cut, Dan, got around that left edge of Millard and was able to then spin right into that middle. He was taken down by London Fletcher, but a nice gain of 4.
What? Okay.
Where's he from? Virginia?
Marchetti was born in West Virginia, obviously son of Italian immigrants Ernesto and Maria. Maria.
Right.
Enlisted in the Army, and he fought in the Battle of the Bulge. Like, what? Like, that's insane that that's an actual real event that people played. Yeah.
And then he played football.
And then he played football.
Unbelievable.
World War II. Yep.
You don't make him like that anymore, man. Studs.
This guy was an 11-time Pro Bowler.
Wow.
9-time first-team All-Pro. Like, this might be one of the greatest football players ever. I mean, he is one of the greatest football players ever, but I had no idea. 9-time first-team All-Pro. That's insane.
That's crazy. He's elite, and he's on the elite. Aptly named. And right beside Len Ford.
Oh, geez. He owned Gino's Hamburgers. I've eaten there before.
You've eaten Gino? Oh, touchdown. Elite got into the end zone. Eddie George. I didn't think he crossed the plane there, Dan. Eddie George had
Well, it's interesting because if remember, the Tennessee Titans couldn't get in the end zone on that crossing pass in the was that Super Bowl, right? Or was that the AFC Championship Super Bowl? And but this Tennessee Titan could.
Eddie George right over the middle, got it, and now 39-zip. Elite up on Valhalla as the last 3 games of the season, just like the first 3 games of the year, are all divisional matchups. So you have those races that we're seeing come down the stretch.
So what do I have left on my probably gonna play a Fury and Immortals next week. So can you have them put their backups in so I can make the playoffs?
Guys, help Dan out.
Yeah, a little collusion here, please.
Look, Beavis is getting the sub from Commissioner Max. He said whoever has the fastest fingers. So Beavis, who runs the Immortals, has done a fine job as well with the Immortals in that division with you. Has done a great job, and he gets the subscription or the sub, I believe. And you guys too, click follow, share the link. Okay, if you're in here, just share whatever social media. The more eyes on here, the better it is for the franchise, for the owners, for the league. You know, get those UFSports.com/SEO picks when they come up. That all goes to the franchise.
So here's a really interesting thing. Today,
another sack. Stop it, Len Ford. Stop it. Oh, Corey got him. Oh, Corey got the sub over Beavis. Oh, so close. 3rd and long. Rejected at the rim. So Max giving that up. There you go. Valhalla with the ball here. And we'll see. Like Dan, again, it's 8:06 left in the third. In this league, we have seen substantial lead changes. And look at that right over the top. There's one to Gary Clark into elite territory, past the 40, now it's the 33. And Gary Clark with a huge reception. Let's see what they do on first down.
All right, so there we go. All right, now I gifted a tier 1 to Bobby K.
There you go. Thanks.
There
you are.
Yeah. Who's Bobby K?
I don't know who Bobby K is.
I don't know either.
Well, Bobby. Oh, touchdown elite or Valhalla. Greg Olson, whatever you did, gave a positive rub there to Valhalla. Greg Olson, back right corner of that end zone, the first score of the game for Valhalla, and they have the great Phil Dawson, who converts the PAT, and we'll see, Dan, is this the start of a comeback, which we've seen so many times this season?
I've never seen a comeback come this far back with 0 points, but I would love to see this happen. All right, let's talk about...
You were close. You were close one time, didn't you? You came back like 50. You were down like 50 points or something one time.
I don't know if it was that much, but
it was a lot, and you were right there.
Yep. All right, so who do I have left on my schedule here? Schedule right here. Here we go.
Bobby K, reveal yourself. Dan with the gifted tier 1 to Bobby K.
All right, week 15. Time Bandits. Are you kidding me?
Okay. That'll be a good matchup.
They're 9-5.
Steve Young versus Fran Tarkenton. Let's go.
Yep. And then week 16.
Elite says Elway has to keep throwing. Andy is an optimist. Sometimes. 39-7 for the Elite. So you got Time Bandits, and then I guess who do you finish off with?
It's just like, even if I beat Time Bandits next week, which I'm sure I will, because I have
Time
Fury
Bandits
on
in
the
the
next
chat.
game. Well, I'm not saying because I'm better than them, just because at the end
Oh,
of the season, my
Novacek.
last game.
Dan, look at that. Jay Novacek with
Yeah.
another big run
Wow.
with the
He is
stiff
trucking
arm.
people. Yeah.
Just absolutely trucking. He must be on his Jay Novacek branded whiskey. I forget what the line is, but I'm a bourbon whiskey guy myself, so I wouldn't mind. Maybe I'll have to see if I can DM Novacek, see if we can get him as a sponsor on with some whiskey giveaways.
Free whiskey.
Big chunk gain there as he rumbled down the field. We'll see what Elway does now out of the shotgun. Rolls out over the middle. It's complete. And that's Eddie George again. Brings it into the 10 and into the red zone for Valhalla.
It's called Novacek 84 Small Batch.
Ooh, sounds tasty.
Bourbon craft whiskey. Yeah, so I play Fury at the end of the season. So even if I win next week, I have to beat the Goliath to make the playoffs.
Maybe they'll take the week off or something. Then they'll have top seed clinched. You know,
they should sit their starters.
Right.
Like, you know, it only makes sense. Look what happened to Joel Embiid. Kept him in the game too long.
Yep.
Broke his eye socket. Sixers lose. Fury, if you're listening.
Now there's no injuries, but still,
we might turn them on at the end of the season.
Turn it on. Last game injuries, why not? Let's see. So we got UFAFL commissioner at number 1. Dan, you have moved up to second on the leaderboard here. Dickerson with the cut. Is he in? He is. Eric Dickerson. ED with the TD.
Cutback.
A very nice cutback. Beat the edge. Sliced in. 45-7, and Eric Dickerson, second score of the game. He has had a great matchup. He's had some. He was the AFLL's leading rusher for a while. He's had some hiccups in the middle of the season, but coming on strong today with a couple touchdowns. On resting players.
Oh wait, it says first. How come it says first here? I'm in second.
You're in second. Or I think it means you've gifted one sub, but you're in second on the leaderboard here. So you would get more, like if you threw in some bits or whatever, people can move up. Or
what does the first mean? What does first mean next to my name? I thought it was going to say second because I was second in the leaderboard.
So if I'm looking at it, you have a gift, like it looks like a present and a number 1, and then there's another present with a bow of silver that says 2. So
no, but when I just wrote here at the bottom of the chat.
Oh, first. Maybe that's your first sub? Actually,
founder, 1 month subscriber. That's what that means. Maybe month. First month I'm in. That's
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are. So, Dan, we have a question for you in the chat.
Yes.
From Jamie. Oh, is that a loose ball? Tommy Novus with the sack. He says, what are your thoughts on resting players, Dan? What are your thoughts on resting players?
In real life?
In real life.
Oh, in real life. My thought on resting players in real life, they shouldn't be rested until you've accomplished what you need to accomplish. I mean, just be smart about it. There's no need to have a guy play a game when they've got the division locked.
Right.
Just keep them healthy, get them in the ice bath, get them ready to play.
Len Ford again with the gore.
We know the plays. Our muscle memory doesn't go away. It's just,
Oh, Founders Badge, apparently, Dan. The number 1 is a Founders Badge.
There we go.
There you are. See, we're all learning with the Twitch stuff. We're going to add a lot more, too, folks, like little thingies popping up on the screen, tip jar, in-game stuff as well that you can play. So that's all coming as we learn this space all together. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. You're a franchise owner. You're a fan. Franchise tokens coming. The score picks, the wagering. Revenue share that way. Don't forget about your merchandise stores too. UFFsports.com/AFLL. You just go on the main page. You can click on the store for each franchise right underneath your logo. So share that. Share it. Do it. Promote it. It's helping yourself. And look, Almighty Espo right there threw in a cheer bit. Thank you very much.
Throwing bits. Yeah, man.
Good job, Dan. Throw the bits in.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
He's throwing bits, folks.
I got the bits badge.
Got the bit. There you are.
I got 99 problems and a bits ain't one.
And a bit. Hashtag loose juice. Let's go. Elway. Oh, incomplete. Right to the fingers of Michael Irvin. A rare miss by the playmaker. 3:43 to go in the third. There we go. Let's see. When we get to this game, remember, folks, right after this one, 9 o'clock, we have Hunters versus Diamonds. Dan Marino versus Roger Staubach. In another two teams who are out of the playoff picture, but similar to this one, what have they learned? What are they looking at? How are they adjusting? So it would be an interesting one with some big names as well. And it is intercepted. Who got that? It's Charlie Waters. Charlie Waters with the INT on John Elway.
Let's see you do something here.
So let's see. Like, Dan, there's still 3:39 left in the third. You have a whole other quarter. Valhalla strikes quick a couple times. We're right. We have a new ball game.
I have to say, yeah, I was just I was just looking at who the first African American player was in the NFL, and then I was remembering this comedian who made Alabama had just all white players and then got destroyed, and then that's the reason. And it's silly to me to think that was even a thing that happened in professional sports.
Crazy, man.
With just the idea that you want to be as competitive as possible, and we'll go to war with you. Can't play baseball or football. Yeah. It's so craziness.
So just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, we got. Oh, what's the Commissioner Max? He's got a snowman, 2 snowman emojis. He's throwing in a bit. So now, Dan, I gotta say, Max he wanted to regain that top spot on the leaderboard, and he has it. So he has it there. I'm just looking to see who else is. Well, now, folks, if somebody else wants to cheer and throw in a bit, you can take spot number 3, apparently. Apparently, number 3 on this broadcast is on the board. So if you throw in a bit, you can take it. Dance is number 1. There you go. I love it. I love the engagement on Twitch. That's what's so fun about it.
I mean, just,
Just have fun with it while watching.
Get out of here with that one bit shit.
Look at that. Look at how many is that? 1, 3, 6 bits.
Is that 6 bits, 7 bits, 8 bits $1? Is
that 5, 6 bits, something bits?
Yeah.
50 bits. Listen,
come over
man.
here and holler. Oh, here we go. Give us direction to us newbies how to get involved and not promote say talk. Okay. This is so Kingpin, what is your sport? What sport do you like to do, or what type of role would you like? Like a scout, a general manager, a coach? There's a lot of different roles. An owner. Yeah.
We can tell you all about that. And the scout side is a lot of ways that people get in to ease their way in, where you can purchase at auction the fantasy contract of real life players in any sport. It can be football, baseball, both. You can mix and match hockey, of course, basketball as well. As the punt is taken back and down real close. It's going to be, it went to the end zone, so touchback. So that's a way that you can get in. I believe it's our director of scouting, Jamie Thomas. That's $20 in our futures auction. And for football, the football futures auction, if you're new scout, so Kingpin, if that's something you want to look into, June 18th, Saturday, June 18th, that's where you want to be, because that has the top 64 prospects, and you can get some top guys where you'll earn revenue in our new college fantasy football league, as well as when they go to the NFL, you get those players auctioned off and get paid potentially off your prospects if they make the National Football League. You got the email there too, Kingpin. JamieWThomas@me.com. So you can email him.
All right. Yeah. So Kingpin, I'll just real quickly go through the options. I think the top tier sort of level option would be a franchise owner. So there are franchises currently for sale.
Yeah, different price
you
points.
Can go on the website. Different leagues, different franchises. There may be other franchises for sale in this league as well. I believe that there, could potentially be one up for sale at the end of this season. Then we have baseball. I'm pretty sure the baseball, everyone is kind of set there. There's no franchises for sale there, but there will be a minor leagues of baseball. So
I think a basketball one is too, I believe.
Yeah. An interesting thing is if you owned a minor league team and you had a player on your minor league team, that's your NFT. That NFT gets called up to the majors. Now you're earning revenue from your minor league player who got sent up to the majors. And if they graduate into a Legends League, you still have ownership rights in that NFT and that player and their stats and everything and earnings that they have going forward.
And that's similar to the college football side as well. That sort of formula.
So that's being an owner. There's a bunch of different leagues coming out. And then as a scout, you basically just look for talent. Like if you're going to be a college scout, they have to be, I think, going into their 3rd year of school or 2nd year of school.
Well, actually for football, Dan, this year with the futures auction, if we're opening it up, so if you're from freshman all the way through. So if you are
Okay.
in college football, you are eligible to be purchased by a scout. So that's a really cool thing. It's wide open.
Got it.
Yeah, no problem, Kingpin. Hey, we're here to help you. And if you're interested in basketball, I know for a fact there is a basketball franchise for sale. So, you know what? Too bad. I think Show's working the Blue Jays game. But if you, Kingpin, send Jamie. Jamie put his email up top. Shoot him an email. We'll link you up with Show, and he can tell you about the basketball side. Our head of sports, Show Ali. But certainly, if you want to also do the scout stuff, you can be a basketball scout and a football. Like, it's all for the one price. You can go sport to sport. That's what's so cool about it. 8 seconds left in the third quarter, as it looks like Elite will let the clock run down, up 46-7 here. Eddie George having a heck of a game here, Dan, and that's what sometimes is so interesting to see, because you have like secondary players like Demarius Thomas has a touchdown this game for Elite. Eddie George, while you have the likes of Michael Irvin and Kellen Winslow and Jay Novacek also on the roster.
Yeah.
Oh, another cheer from the commish. Ooh, he's popping up. One with a megaphone. I wonder if that's a different type than the triangle one. I don't know.
Yeah, those
shooting
are
something out.
emojis. I think you can unlock certain emojis.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got some unlocked here. Probably 'cause I'm so cool.
Well, it's because I think if you get a sub, you unlock emojis and stuff like that as well.
Show all cheer notes. Oh, there's some other cheer notes.
There you go.
Okay, that's what they're called,
Yeah.
cheer notes.
Cheer
This
notes.
is part of my loose juice here.
This is.
See here. Did I get it in
I just
there?
want. I want to see what the label would be. I think that would be just as interesting. Is there a mascot? What are we looking at? Out of the shotgun. Hand off to Dickerson on that left, brought down by Bullock, going nowhere. ED taken down, 2nd and 12, lost 2 at their own 39 as the fourth quarter is underway.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here's my loose juice. This will be on my packaging.
Oh boy. It's there. You put, what is that? A
I don't
heart?
know.
Oh, with a
It looks
unicorn.
weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what? That seems, I don't know why, but that seems that it would fit. Why not? Has a smiling unicorn popping through a heart. Why not? Ooh, Max has there's a dog as well for a cheer. So that's the thing, folks. You subscribe, and we're going to be adding more customized stuff as well, with stuff popping up on the screens and in-game plays. It's all part of this process and getting Twitch run up. It's going to be a huge tool for us. We're going to have, because Twitch and Amazon are official carriers of the NFL Thursday Night Football. Deep pass close, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Cam Chancellor to the 10. Cam Chancellor intercepted Elway, intended for Kellen Winslow. Valhalla coming back, and let's see if they can get going here late in this ball game.
I hope so. I want to cheer Sean on a little bit here. Let's see if Sean's. I haven't seen him in a while.
He's cooking around. He should be jumping on here. Yeah, but
Let's see.
this Dickerson dude looks good, my friends. Want to give him a shout out. All right, hey Kingpin. There you go. Eric Dickerson. I don't know if how big of a football guy you are, Kingpin, but Eric Dickerson, the all-time single-season NFL rushing leader, all-time in one season, 2,105 rushing yards set in 1984, and still holds that record. And he's had a heck of a career, obviously, as well.
Believe that was when they were playing 14 or 15 games.
You're right. It was 14, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, which is even more incredible.
Yep.
Here's Valhalla.
That's why the
Under center is
greatest
Michael Vick.
running back of all time should be by average yards per carry.
By average yards. Oh, is that another safety? Hey, I think it is. Len Ford's second safety.
Oh my
Second
Lord.
safety of the game. If Len Ford isn't the defensive player of the week, I don't know what else you got to do. Because that,
Yeah.
my goodness. Two
I mean,
safeties, emptying sacks.
How many are we counting safeties as tackles? We're still counting that as a combined tackle here, right?
Boy. Oh, yes, yeah. It definitely counts.
Any sack? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, any sack.
Yeah,
in that
it's gonna be
combined.
hard for Revis, and who's the other guy?
Ooh, Time Bandits with a referee emoji. I like that. That's pretty sleek. Nice. So it's on the Hunters. Which game is after this? So if you made a score bet at ufsports.com/SEO picks, you're going to be looking for Luke Kuechly, one of the most just. It's too bad those head injuries got him, because boy was he a dynamic player. So Luke Kuechly and Revis Island, Darrell Revis. So versus Len Ford and Hanford Top Dog Dixon on the Elite there. Hanford Dixon.
And who's playing in the second game again?
It's the Hunters versus the Diamonds.
Oh.
The Diamonds.
Diamonds are not, but Hunters, yeah, Hunters have Luke Kuechly, right? Kuechly?
Yeah, so it's Kuechly and Revis on the Hunters. So that's if you made that wager. But Hanford Top Dog Dixon, guys, if you don't know, part of the Cleveland Browns, of course, and he was, along with Frank Minifield, founded the name of the Dog Pound back in the 80s.
Oh.
Bernie Kosar, yeah.
Very nice.
Commissioner Max saying
the Browns still play in the NFL?
Stop it. Yes.
They do. Okay. Just making sure.
You'll know this year.
Not yet. I thought they demoted them to the USFL for some reason.
God. Is that league gonna last a year? I saw there was like 30 people in the crowd last game. That thing's going down. Elway sacked by Chris Long, son of Howie.
The only way that league lasts is if they play in high school stadiums or small colleges.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay for all that infrastructure, concessions, and nonsense.
Yeah. You need it pretty basic.
Silly. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty basic.
I mean, I used to play in my street. You can get up a bunch of GoPros set up.
Street ball.
Yeah.
Do it like you have those little like street ball video games. Do it that way.
I'm actually an investor in the American Sevens Football League.
Oh, we've talked. Yes, we've
Yeah.
talked to one of the gentlemen who helped run that. Yeah.
Yeah, because Center. Yeah, I put you guys in touch with him. But they're actually doing a really interesting thing where they're playing with 0 pads, full contact, full field football. And
so almost like a rugby combo a little bit.
Right? I mean, it is football like you played when you were 15 with your buddies out in the park, but a full team. So
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, the hits are pretty badass. I got to be honest with you. And they've got some TV rights and things like that, so we might see a little bit of that popping up. But yeah, that's how the NFL should be doing it. They're looking to get another league going.
Do something. Yeah, just mix it up a little. Kingpin saying, how are the games matched? So do you mean, Kingpin, as far as like how the schedule is done or how the teams are made as far as like the players and all that? That's what we'd have to know.
So Kingpin, I'm not sure if you know, but these players are all former NFL players.
Yeah.
All greats from the NFL. Most of them are Hall of Famers. They are given a rating similar to a John Madden rating based on their career and simmed, or we call the plays in this, but they are controlled by AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean.
He says the verses. So if you mean how the teams are matched up, year one
there's 16 teams, so there's 4 divisions, and we play each team in our division twice, I believe,
and then 16 game schedule.
Yeah,
and then do that, and then next year it will be based around still the 2 team that you play your division opponents twice, and then based on where you finish the standings, division matchup, all that stuff.
And the other thing is the amount of teams that exist in real life or the amount of franchises that are sold on this platform. So for baseball, there are only 30 teams. For NFL football, there are only 32 teams.
Yeah.
In this division, there's 16 because it's a simulated AI. It's a different type of game that we're playing.
Legends. Yeah.
But it is. Yeah, I mean, you have the same amount of teams in real life that you do on this platform.
Yeah. For the real life leagues, you do, and that's what's same roster size for the most part as well, which is pretty crazy. Our UFAFL NFL league 53-man rosters. Right. We're going to be finishing our entry auction on May 28th. So the first player there sold for coming out. So the rookie class. So Breece Hall went for $10,200 US worth of score, Dan. Can you believe that?
Wow. What was this? Which auction was this?
That was for the UFAFL for our entry draft.
Oh, wow.
For the auction. So that was 10-2.
What position was this guy? Was this that defensive tackle?
No, running back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because it's only on points like that. Right. Oh, that's silly.
Len Ford with a sack.
Back.
But $10,200, and that's, you know what though, you get that stud, you own him. And then the other wrinkle to remember is if you're a UFAFL owner, an NFL owner, when those players retire, you auction that player on your team to this league, the American Football Legends League. So
yeah, but that guy could turn into a what's his name? Who's a buddy of mine? Blair Thomas, right? All everything Heisman Trophy
absolutely.
finalist,
Yeah.
and then gets hurt basically in his first year.
Part of the risk, absolutely.
Wow, that's a lot.
Absolutely.
Some high roller. Who paid for? Was it the
Circa.
casino? Circa.
Yeah, Circa,
Okay.
Circa
Okay.
Sports, yeah. And then Rage, who is owned by Mooch, who owned the Fury as well.
Yeah.
They put a couple of big bids in on the next couple players. So, for example, like the group, the Rage, that also owns the Fury, has Tom Brady in the UFAFL when he eventually retires.
Right.
They'll be able to auction him off to this league.
Right. Right.
And I'll tell you, spoiler alert: Brady's going to be a 99 rating. Just a hunch, Dan.
You think?
I don't think we got to crunch the numbers too hard on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty safe to say.
I mean, let's be honest with you though. His hands better be a 12 rating, because I think he's had one pass thrown to him, and it was alligator arms in the Super Bowl, biggest stage in the world, right over. I mean, he just had to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Philly, right?
The Philly. That's it. Greatest play in Super Bowl history. I don't care what you're saying.
Amen. I actually was I emceed a Super Bowl event in Toronto by the Scotiabank Arena now, where the Maple Leafs play and the Raptors play.
Mm-hmm.
They have a huge sports bar called Real Sports. It's massive, and it's like the big party spot. So I hosted a Super Bowl party for that Super Bowl, and it was unreal. It was just so crazy to hear that place erupt with that Philly. Just nuts to be there.
Philly.
7:55 to go. What do you think about your Eagles this year? I'm a Jalen Hurts truther. I love that guy.
I mean, if you go back and look at some of my old tweets, you can see that I was on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon from the get-go.
Me too. I was coming out. I don't think he gets enough respect as a pass catcher, or not, as a thrower of the football. Coming out of college, he was just seen as a running guy. Not true.
Right. What I like about him is he's just got that internal desire to
turnover.
Be
There's Bullock. Another interception thrown by Elway. Maybe Dan, they're up. He's getting a little sloppy, a little careless. Captain comeback, John Elway. And now we have Valhalla again with another opportunity. 7:30 left. Now you're going to have to score in bunches real quick. But we saw, what was it the last game we did, Dan? It was like, they have to get a touchdown and an onside kick. And then that happened. We're like, oh, hold on. And it came down to like the last play.
Looking to see what they're going to try to throw here. All right.
Under center again. If I'm Valhalla, I'm going out of shotgun with that pressure. He can't get the ball off. Look,
you got to hold those running backs in. Audible them with a hot route to stay in and block. Nope.
Incomplete to Doug
Too much
Baldwin.
pressure in his face to make that pass. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the mechanics down a little bit, but you got somebody right there. It's tough to complete that pass. What were we talking about right before this?
We were talking Philly. We were there's a running back who kind of bottomed out. You were saying maybe Breece Hall could be that type of deal.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean that's a big investment to make in that kind of player. It's not like baseball.
Go big, go
baseball,
home, baby.
Yeah, baseball you can throw your arm out and you can come back within a year or two. If you blow out a knee as a running back, and then plus those running backs only last a few years. There may not be a secondary. There might not be another market for him.
And the other thing is, though, Dan, to counter that is the few true bell cow backs that there are, and I don't know if Breece Hall is going to be that right off the bat or not, but there's so few that you're either going to be in a committee, or if you feel he's going to be that guy, maybe it's worth it to get one of those rare and true guys who are going to be on the field for 3 downs.
Yeah, it's running back. Yeah, at running back, it's an interesting place to spend a lot of money. Was he the highest paid player? The highest?
So far.
Bid? Okay.
So far. Oh, Mike Vick taken down again by Len Ford. 2 safeties. I've lost track of how many sacks Len Ford has. Somebody made Len Ford angry before this ball game.
Yeah.
And he is taking it out on Mike. Maybe Mike Vick said something to him. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
He must have said something.
He's a fan of dogs.
Oh gosh. Len Ford is just feasting today. As it's 4th and 17. Valhalla saying, hey, you know what? We're going to take the points, get on there, hit double digits. Do they got it? They do. 49-yard kick by Phil Dawson is good. And actually, Dan, a rare, interesting kicker story. So Phil Dawson, Cleveland Browns all-time field goal leader, past Lou the Toe Groza. He actually became like an amateur meteorologist because the winds in that First Energy Stadium are so wild that he actually put up, they call it the Dawson flag, in one end zone that he would look at. He put it up there, and he could tell how to kick based on that one flag. So he just had a call with the Browns rookie kicker, Cade York from LSU, and he had a 40-minute conversation. He's like, I'm learning all about weather in Cleveland, and it's pretty interesting.
That's crazy. It's called the Dawson flag?
The Dawson flag. And he put it up because those other flags on the uprights at that corner of the end zone in Cleveland, they don't match where you have to kick it for whatever reason. Like once it gets up there, so we've seen Dawson kick something that looks like it's going almost at like a 45-degree type angle, and then it hooks back.
Yeah, so I wonder what the kicking percentage of visiting team kickers is versus whatever Dawson's percentage was.
That's interesting.
And do other kickers know about the Dawson flag? Has he passed that down?
It's it's on social media. So I think if anybody does half a bit of research, they should. Yeah.
So I wonder if the other teams use it.
Well, the thing is too, it's like whipping around, but he knows like what it means when there's an art to reading it. And there's Eddie George again. Eddie George to the 15, 10. He won't be caught. Touchdown, elite. Eddie George.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Nice
Have a
run.
day. Eddie George, second touchdown. And he was really cutting a rug there. He was dancing it up there in that end zone. 54-10 for elite as Matt Stover will kick the PAT.
So they're saying somebody drafted a kicker in the Dynasty rookie draft.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you remember? Was it? Cade York, Jamie? I don't know if it would have. That's a gutsy play.
The home team needs to get
any more Legends leagues on the near horizon?
Well, we're going to be expanding the AFLL as the going into next year, so we'll work out sort of what makes sense, what that might look like to a certain degree. I believe eventually we're going to try to be working in the college league as well, like a college Legends. That's probably I'm going to want to make sure we get the gameplay and everything comfortable on the video game side before we venture with that. Make sure we got it right. And then do the college league. But the idea is it'll be in everything. It'll be in hockey, basketball, baseball, that stuff. So
yeah. That's where I kind of like my ownership, I think, would be, going in that direction. But I have to tell you, man, I love this baseball stuff.
That's great.
Like, I wish I had more time for it, but it's I can't study all these players as much, but I'm doing pretty well.
Well, the thing is, I always say in fantasy baseball, like I've won championships in normal leagues, not like the UFF sports leagues, but I maintain, Dan, that because baseball is every day, if you just pay attention, if you have a routine with your coffee every morning, you set your lineup, you'll make the playoffs just by paying attention because so many people go on vacation in the summer or forget about it. If you just pay attention, you'll make your fantasy baseball playoffs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm in. I'm all in. I was in 6th place a few days ago. Now I'm back down to 9th, but
okay. Ebbs and flows. It's okay.
But 10th actually. It's a deep league. It's like you said, you've got 30 teams, and usually in a fantasy league, you've got 10 guys, maybe. Right? You've got a big
10,
deep
12,
roster. Whatever. I'm looking, I'm hoping to, just have a backup at certain positions.
Yeah.
It's to even have a backup catcher. If your catcher goes down and you don't have the backup already, or a scout already has him, he's affiliated with the team, you've got to really pick, through the minors and, hope you pick up a guy that's going to get called up and have a little bit of playing time.
That's it. That's why those scout affiliations are so important. Corey's saying next Metaverse info drop coming at the 2-minute warning as we are under 5 minutes to play in the 4th. Elite saying Vic worried about the Elite D. Yeah, delay of game penalty. But then Bo Jackson races and he's stiff-armed as he was taken down by Hanford top dog Dixon. Bo Jackson, who I don't think is necessarily utilized enough, but Bo Jackson has done, when he gets the ball, he is hard to take down. So Vic was maybe seeing a little bit of ghost, but got the ball out of his hand for that play. Jackson sprinting down the field, almost at midfield for Valhalla, is now set up out of the eye.
What are you doing?
And Chuck, and it is incomplete.
Doing
yet.
my
Any meter come down.
broadcasting.
QB, son.
Oh, you're talking to. I was like, what are you
What's
saying,
that? Was
Dan?
I on mute or no? I thought I was on
You are
mute.
not.
Yeah, well, it must
That's
only
okay.
work for the phone. I got chihuahuas barking up there and people
Did you
coming
get?
in.
Did you get any Domino's pizza tonight, Dan?
I didn't, you know what? I'm kind of on a very low gluten sort of thing going on now.
They have gluten-free option. They have gluten-free option.
It's like eating
I've never
cardboard.
had it.
I'd rather eat
I never
liver.
had
So
it.
I got food poisoning on my trip, and
Oh, you said right.
I went and I was on a 24-hour fast by the time I decided it was time to eat again. And I was like, well, I might as well go another 24 hours because I like to fast every once in a while.
Okay.
Felt really good. And then on my birthday, a few days later, had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich as a treat to myself, and just was destroyed. Like it
Oh,
just like
really?
I couldn't get out of the. Yeah, it was. I was like, you know, you gotta listen to your body,
Ooh,
and
Len
you
Ford
ignore
again.
that.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, there we go. You ignore that, and I'm gonna have to put Domino's on the back burner for a little
Okay.
while. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You can get maybe the chicken tenders. You can get the marbled cookie brownie for dessert. I know all of them, man. They've been a sponsor of mine for about gosh,
Oh right, yeah, yeah,
7 years.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know all the menus.
Here's the crazy thing about Domino's. Everyone likes to sleep on Domino's pizza. They can say that it's not good. It's some of the best
It's so good.
pizza. I
It's
mean,
so good.
regular pizza's fine, but I mean, this thing is like a meal. It's got
Yep.
flavor. It's got,
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm gonna make sure we clip this part and I'll send it to my Domino's guys
I
in the
agree.
States.
Sugar is the
Look
devil.
at Novacek. Novacek past the 30. I want some of that Nova. What was it called? Novacek Small Batch 84 or something?
Novacek
Sounds
84
good.
small batch. Yep.
Sugar is the devil, Jamie says.
Yep. Yep.
Only in some things.
I've
I
been
like.
trying to cut that out a little bit too, but
You know what I do in my coffee? I never put sugar in my coffee. I use honey. I
oh,
don't like.
nice. Yeah.
I try to cut sugar out, except then if there's like my mother-in-law makes her great chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, well, this is happening
Yeah.
in my life right now.
Yeah.
But
I
typically,
feel like since I cut out the sugar and a lot of gluten, my skin has cleared up a little.
oh,
Not that I had bad skin, but I feel like it looks better.
you feel younger, faster. We're gonna
I
have to
mean,
still have Dan that
listen,
race between you and Walt Harris.
I,
You ducked him in Vegas.
where does Walt live?
Is he? I think he's down. Oh, is he down south? I get confused. I don't know if he's. I want to say Atlanta. I could totally be wrong.
Okay. All right.
I could be
mean,
wrong. Maybe Florida. I forget.
Yeah. Well, if
could
he's
be wrong.
interested, I don't know how old he is, but if he's interested, national championships are in Kentucky this year.
Well, that's bourbon country too. I want to do the bourbon trail
Let's
in
do it.
Kentucky. Let's go. You race. I'll be on the wagon tour of the distilleries.
This should
meet you up
really
after.
be like honestly, like if this.
Oh,
I
Dan
think that
versus
we
Walt.
really should get some
Next-
betting going on here, and the
Look what Elite's
winner
saying.
gets
Next
a
Go
50-50 or
picks.
something like that. Yeah, we get
He
some.
says next Go picks. Dan versus Walt. We can work in as part of the rake. Whoever wins out of you guys get a chunk or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I'll link you up. I'll get you Walt's contact.
Walt
I think that would be sensational.
Harris, NFL Combine. Let's see what his 40 was.
He was a first-round pick of the Bears, Pro Bowl defensive back of the 49ers. Elway going for it all. 101 is caught by Irvin, the playmaker. Touchdown. Touchdown elite. Michael Irvin just straight up beat his man racing in a foot race with Cam Chancellor, and he was that half foot faster, and Michael Irvin makes it 61, soon to be 62 after that foot by Stover, to 10. What a over-the-top bomb by Elway to Irvin.
All right, so Walt's 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
I've beaten guys in their teens.
The offense needs to get to work here.
Elite says goes to charity. Well, that's up to them.
Charity?
I think you keep it.
Is that the stripper? Is that the stripper that's using the loose juice? Is that her name?
Winner gets a lifetime supply of Dan's loose juice.
Right.
Lifetime supply.
Oh, he was a hurdler. He might have some wheels on him. All right.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
And Walt is in tremendous shape. We met him last year in Vegas and then back in October. Len Ford, come on. Another sack. Michael Vick, he's just having they could have a full conversation throughout this game. The amount of time Len Ford has been in the face of Michael Vick. Wow. Elite says that was Porsche. Oh, man. I think that'd be great. Have a real life UFFsports.com/SEO picks challenge. Dan versus Walt in Kentucky. I'm seriously going to give you that. If you guys do that race, I will come down to Kentucky, do the Bourbon Trail, and we'll do a live. I'll do the commentary for it. We'll do the race. Be a super matchup.
The one thing that's gotten me scared is I've typed in Walt Harris 40 time, and I keep getting a lot of things top 20 fastest NFL times, but I haven't seen his name here yet. Let's just see. James Jett, Devin Hester, 427.
Approaching that 2-minute warning.
Trey Archer.
Elite says it's already been decided. I want to be there I think we can make an event of it. We can make like a super challenge, stream it on Twitch. I'll do the commentary, let people down, lay some SCO picks on it.
Wow, Don
2-minute
Beebe
warning.
ran a 4.21. This says Kevin Curtis 4.21, white receiver. Dion 4.21, Galloway. Wait, this can't be right. Amon Green 4.17. This is not even true. I don't even know what people are saying
4.17.
here. Yeah, this
now
is
are those official times or are those like at your school times?
No, I don't know what that was.
Right?
All right, let's see.
Because I don't know how like reliable if you go back 30 years or more those 40 times would have been. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Well,
is it just some guy in a stopwatch? Like,
yeah, I don't see Walt Harris listed here, so that's got me. I have to tell
but
you,
he's hurdler.
He is a hurdler. I've never been beaten one-on-one in my entire life. So.
Oh boy, this is shaping up to be
a lot of pressure.
This is shaping up to be an exciting challenge. I think we do it in Kentucky. You know, I'll wear a GoPro and take you through the Bourbon Trail distilleries. I'm actually a certified bourbon steward. I want to get my executive bourbon.
Nice.
You can do it in person, of course, for the executive one. So I do want to do that.
Right.
We can make a thing out of this. Who's in? Who's coming to Kentucky, people? Who's coming? Hit me up in the chat. Who's coming? Let's go.
Now, what's Corey's relationship to this metaverse thing?
There's Rod Smith. Rod Smith to the 30. As he gets I believe his first.
Rod Smith is a multi-level marketing guru.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he's real big into the multi-level marketing. One of the companies he's been working with for a long time.
What do they sell? Like, is it a loose juice knockoff?
Yeah, it's it's called Walt Harris juice. It makes you very slow. Walt Harris hurdles. Let's just see. I gotta find this guy's speed.
Walt's he's in tremendous shape. Pro Bowl. Ooh, a sack. Elway gets lit up by Chris Long. His second sack of the day. Like I said, son of Howie Long, great genes there. As Chris Long and his dad Howie are both in the American Football Legends League.
Second down and long.
As should I believe, I don't think has Clay Matthews the third, like the long blonde haired guy, because Clay Matthews Jr. was the Browns and Falcon. He's retired. His dad, Clay Sr.
All right, so Walt Harris, I've got his 40 time. He's cornerback, 110 hurdles, 1450 in college. So these are all football players that ran the 110 hurdles.
Ooh, there's Eddie George. Another touchdown for Eddie George. A third score for Eddie George as he made, Charlie Waters he beat. Charlie Waters just broke his ankle. Waters fell away, and Eddie George in a beeline for that end zone, padding those stats with under a minute to go. George with another touchdown for Elite.
And the game just starts to flow.
Number 3 kicks it deep.
What were you saying? The hurdles for
So I'm
for
just
Walt?
trying to look here. 1450 he ran the hurdles in. So Eddie
That fast?
George ran in 1403.
Oh my!
Julius Jones 1402.
For hurdles, they all did
Yeah.
hurdles.
Now Robert Griffin 110 hurdles. 1355.
Robert Griffin, 1, 2, or 3.
RG3. Dana Hall 1384. Rod Woodson 1371. So 1450. He's up in the upper echelon here. The slower times of these football players that did the hurdles. So
Hold on, Dan. There you go. Greg Olson racing the 10, the 5, touchdown. Valhalla.
come on, buddy. There we go,
Greg
Valhalla.
Olson.
Apparently they didn't do
The ultimate dad, like just the dad look. Greg Olson, the everyman look. with exceptional talent at the tight end position. Greg Olsen scores again for Valhalla. You get some pride points here, right?
Absolutely.
You're not catching anybody, but there's some prize points. Remember,
I mean,
folks,
I
in
would have
10
lost
minutes.
3 controllers at this point.
Oh,
but
yeah, you would have been snapping.
yeah,
You would have been
69 to
throwing.
17. Oh my God,
Nice.
I'd be losing it.
In 11 minutes, folks, we're going to have match 2 of our doubleheader, the Hunters versus the Diamonds. If you laid any wagers on and made any picks in our SEO picks, ufsports.com/SEO picks, on the Hunters side or on the Elite side, that's the second part. So you have to see if how Darrell Rivas and Luke Kuechly do in tackles compared to Len Ford and Hanford Dixon in this matchup for the Elite. We know Len Ford has had a day, and there is Rod Smith again to the 40, to the 35. Rod Smith taken down by the ankles as he was swatted at and tackled. So Rod Smith, some late stat padding.
Gonna try to run it up here. I like that score. I think they should leave it there.
Yeah, 69-17. Let's see, 13 seconds left. Elway wanting more. Elway's got a little sloppy in that second half, throwing some interceptions. Slides to the left and throws it away. 9 seconds to go. As we wind this one down and get ready for the second game of our doubleheader that will wrap up Week 14. Remember, folks, Week 15 begins Thursday, every Thursday and Sunday and Monday. And then we sprinkle in some Friday and Saturday
going
games
for the
too.
bomb here.
Elway.
Sending everybody on a go route.
Double coverage. It's caught. It is caught. Eddie George. Eddie George
Gets the
with an
timeout in
over-the-shoulder.
time. Does he get it in time? Yep.
I think he got it, yeah. Eddie George over the shoulder snared it. Now in the eye. All right, let's see. Davis, Terrell Davis, the lead back. Eric Dickerson behind him. Novacek on the right. Play action over the middle. It is caught and it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown for Kellen Winslow. One of the all-time tight ends, Kellen Winslow, makes it 75-17. And Matt Stover with the foot. It's back. The clock hit 0. Oh, no, technically 1 second left. So officials are going to make them kick this one.
76-17.
Elite says Elway is not done. Jamie says love running up the score. Let's see a touchback. So Valhalla, they're going to knee it. They're going to run it. They're going to do a Hail Mary for fun. What are we going to see here? What would you do, Dan? You're down by this. You're just chucking it up?
Me?
Yeah.
Fullback. Run the fullback.
Hey, Riggins has got you a 99-yard touchdown.
Yeah, give it to Bo Jackson here. Greatest running back of all time.
Whoa. Yeah, I think you got the real greatest running back right behind him, Jim Brown.
No.
Oh, boy.
The real greatest running back of all time is Ollie Matson, actually.
He is on the fan-centric frenzy, our guy Garrett.
Yep.
76,
he has the highest yards per carry. Jamal Charles right after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So look at that, folks. There you go. 76-17. So Elite improved to 5-9. Valhalla fall to 3-11. Dan, some final thoughts, because we got about 8 minutes till that next game starts between the Hunters and the Diamonds. So final thoughts on this one, Elite over Valhalla.
I'm gonna have to call my friend Sean. I tried to reach out to him and make sure he's not jumping out of a window right now, because he got his butt handed to him. But it's a good game.
So learning process.
Learning process. 2 teams at the bottom. So unfortunately, it wasn't one of those nail biters at the end of the season. But we've got some just good football, good conversation. We got some bits in the chat.
Got some bits, some subs. I love that. This has been missed, so we'll make sure we're doing more of these into the playoffs.
And we learned some cultural stuff about the NFL.
We learned cultural. We learned that Dan is going to have 2 products now, a flexibility one and loose juice. Hashtag it, folks. Come up with your logos. But the conversation was fun. We love having you guys in the chats here. We're going to be calling the playoff games for sure. Everyone, I'm not sure if everyone, but we're going to try to do as many as we can. So, folks, thank you. If you liked it, share the link, share the schedule, get people to buy your merchandise. ufsports.com/AFLL. You scroll down, click on the shop, get into Skull Picks. That revenue share for the franchise goes to you, part of it. ufsports.com/SEO picks. That was a lot of fun. Dan, as always, my man, we'll do it again soon.
All right, Walt Harris, I'm coming for you.
Boy, I'm going to link.